Well, drive on, mama, and Papa's too. Andrea TV here, coming to you on Saturday, March 26th, late at night. It is currently 10:44 p.m. I had scheduled the dash at 6, then I moved it to 7, and didn't lay down until after 7:30 because I had to upload yesterday's video where I made $400 in a day and 15 hours of work. So after I woke up from my nap, we are getting started at 10:44, and we will not be staying out to 4 a.m. I'm thinking maybe 4 or 5 hours. Let's see what we can do. We are on our way to the avenue. Okay, it is now 10:48 p.m. We are sitting in front of our favorite spot, Mickey D's. Before we could park, got our first Mickey D's. Right now, there's a $3 peak pay going on for Doordash. It says from 9:30 to 11:29. This order was to $8.75, so $3 peak pay is on that. That would have been a $5.75 on a normal day. In my area, the base pay is $2.75, and that person would have tipped $3. Without the peak pay, they may have waited and might have gone through the loop of all drivers in the area once or twice until it got up to $6.75, where that is our hidden tip indicator, where somebody might have thought, oh, it might be a hidden tip, or $6.75 or 0.9 miles. The people in this area are professionals, I have found. They know what they're doing. I'm talking about the Doordash and Uber Eats drivers. So there was one time I took a $6.75 order, and it was Chick-fil-A, a store I don't like to go to, and I'm delivering it like 1.2 miles. I was like, okay, no problem. It was like 9:30 in the morning after the high schoolers went to school, so it shouldn't have been that crowded. And as soon as I get the order, the person texts me and says, oh, I have a flight. Can you get here as soon as possible? I was like, yeah, sure. I just got the order. I'll bring it right to you. Then I drop off. Do you know that the $6.75 was all base pay? That order had went through the loop of all drivers that many times that the $2.75 worked up to $6.75. Who knows when she ordered it? And how dare you order something and don't tip and you got a flight? Come on now. All right, let's go get our McDonald's. Time is now 11:20. Just had that one Doordash McDonald's going to the college dorms. Have been sitting, only received one other offer, $15.75 to go 11.3 miles into Silver Spring. I denied that. The $3 peak pay brings out all the dashes to the yard. So I probably will not be getting a lot of Doordash until after 11:30. That's when the peak pay is over. And they most likely will go home because it'll be late and there's no peak pay. But we just accepted our next offer, Uber Eats, $8.71, going a total of 1.8 miles. Let's go in and get it. It is windy out here tonight, and for Saturday night, almost 11:30, parking lot's almost empty, not getting much orders. Either people are still at their events and activities, or they went to bed early. We'll find out as the night goes on. Okay, we received an offer from Doordash, $7.75, 1.3 miles at the McDonald's, but right after I had already clicked start delivery on Uber Eats. So that's a no. The 1.9 miles is about a 7-minute drive, but I had already clicked start delivery. I didn't want the customer to get cold food or to see me waiting there, and I would have gotten a contract violation if I risked going to get it and try to get back before the 11 minutes. I have noticed that when you play dirty multi-apping, they'll send a text like so-and-so order is ready, something in my opinion, letting you know that they know that you're not at the location and you accepted that order. So I didn't want to risk it, so I put decline for distance too far, even though it's 1.3 miles. I'm not going to say, because I already have an order I'm working on. But we are going to hopefully get this done and get back before too late. Okay, received a Doordash, unfortunately, right after I had clicked start delivery on this Uber Eats drop-off. It was $7.75 for 1.3 miles. So hurts to see that go so quick and easy, but it's timing, no timing. So we're going to drop off this McDonald's and then go back to see what we get. I might go to Wingo's for a few minutes. That's about midway, or the customer's drop off, this one is midway between the McDonald's and Wingo's. Wingo's is further down towards Georgetown University, and I typically don't like to go down there because then it will send you into downtown DC. Within like a mile you can be in downtown DC, and the traffic down there on the weekends is horrendous, but we're gonna give it a try because it's a slow night. Let's go. Time is now 11:38 p.m. and I am not going to go to Wingo's. If you saw that screenshot I just took, when I'm closer to Wingo's, I get more offers like that one. Pizza Hut, one item, $4 to go 7.4 miles. And I work in the city. So from where I like to stay on Wisconsin Avenue, I could be in Arlington, Virginia in 5 miles. Or I can be in Bethesda, Maryland in 5 miles, or I can be in Silver Spring, Maryland in 6.5 miles. So no, 7 miles I could go anywhere, and for that amount, no way. So I'd have to deny more of those. They paused me after I denied that order. Mind you, that was the first order they sent me after I dropped off this Uber Eats. So I'm not gonna play the deny pause game. I'm gonna go back to McDonald's and wait for my next order. Okay, it's now 11:45 p.m. sitting back in front of Mickey D's. Did not get anything yet, but I did take a screenshot of my current Uber driver app, and I just want to show people how you can maximize your money when you are out here. Because that last order was close to downtown DC, the Georgetown area, it is much more busy down there. And the closer you are to a busy spot, the more Uber throws surges on in order to get drivers out there. I am qualified to drive Uber XL, Uber Connect, and basically all of them except for the black. I don't drive people, I don't prefer it, but I do have on my Uber Connect, and I do pick up those surges. Now, I'm not 100% sure if you're only Uber delivery, if you will see the surges, but if you do, if you happen to deliver in that area where there's a surge and you don't get an order while you're there in that surge area, you can go back to your home base and that surge will stay with you. So even though I'm back on Wisconsin Avenue where there was not a surge before I left, I still qualify for that surge on my next order. Now, that is not a guarantee that you're going to get an order you want during that time, because I had a surge when I first was down here of $2.75, and they didn't send me an order at all for that first half hour. The first order they sent me, $7 and change, going to Z-Burger. Z-Burger is notoriously slow, and it is on my blacklist, so I declined that, and then it went away. So it's not a guarantee, but it's a way where you could possibly make a little bit more change. Okay, time is now 11:53 p.m. Just accepted our next offer. This is a Doordash Surfside going 1.2, I'm trying to remember correctly. I think it's 1.7 or 1.9 miles for $6.75. And we just accepted an Uber Eats from McDonald's, $13.77 for 1.7 miles. Now, the pickup time for the Surfside is by 11:59, and I should be one of those bags there. So I'm going to get the order. They're pretty good and on time and prompt. And then I'm going to see if the McDonald's is ready. If it's ready, I'll take both orders and deliver both, because this time of night, less than 2 miles, it's no more than 7 to 10 minutes between each, no matter which way they're going. If the McDonald's is not ready, I will take the Surfside fully and then come back for the McDonald's. So DoorDash will show you the address. Well, you can find out the address of the customer before you actually click confirm pickup. So the DoorDash is going into Bethesda, and I don't know the full address for Uber Eats, but I recognize the customer's name since I do this basically full time. I've seen his name many times, and he also is right on the edge of DC and Chevy Chase. So they're going in the same direction. So I am going to wait and get both orders and then deliver them because they're close to each other. Okay, time is now 12:09 a.m. Just dropped off the Surfside. Now let's do the Uber. 12:13 and the Uber drop-off is done as well. Let's go back to Mickey D's. Okay, I usually do not dirty multi-app during the daytime, just for the simple reason that you don't know which stores have an influx of customers, and even though they usually may be on time with the orders normally, they're having a busy time. Plus the traffic situation, there's a lot of construction that is going on in the upper northwest DC area right now. But knowing your area and having regular customers, not meaning they're yours, but that you know where they live and roundabout, does help you maximize the amount of money you're able to make while you're out here doing Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Instacart. You also must keep in mind you do run the risk of the Uber Eats customer seeing you not coming to their house and possibly reducing the tip and or giving you a bad rating. I actually did have that happen to me last week. I had a DoorDash order where I saw, well, I knew where the DoorDash order was going, and the Uber Eats customer, it only shows you the cross streets. But depending on the cross streets in upper northwest DC, Bethesda, Chase area, that can lead, those streets can cross each other very far apart. So I miscalculated, and it took me about 9 minutes to get to him after I dropped off the first customer's order. And he must have definitely been watching, because it was going to be a $10 and change order, and it was like right before Popeyes closed, and it was in the hot bag. But because of that 9 minutes extra, because I dropped off the first customer, the DoorDash customer first, and he saw me, and the delay, whatever it was, he reduced his tip to $1. And it says it when you go into your earnings activity, it'll show you your original upfront amount was this with tip included. Afterwards, the customer reduced the tip. And I could tell by his face when he took the food, he was a little... Okay, we just accepted our next offer, $9.25, Mickey D's, going 2.3 miles, but it's 2.3 miles from where we were as we were driving, not where we are now. And I guess the people are getting out of, wherever they were. Things are picking up. Okay, we have our DoorDash McDonald's that was going the 2.3 miles from when we were driving, and just accepted a blacklisted restaurant. And I only did that because I know that I'm going to finish this DoorDash completely and then go there, and then hopefully I won't have to wait much longer. Not expecting it to be ready. And 2.3 miles, I'm giving them about 15 minutes there and back, minimum. So Z-Burger, $17.27, going 1.6 miles from here. So Z-Burger is about a quarter mile up from McDonald's. So it'll be about a 7 to 8 minute drive from the restaurant once we get the food. And it is currently 12:35 a.m. I stopped the video because I received an add-on, a Z-Burger add-on, $7.28 for an additional 1.7 miles. So now we are looking at 17 and 7 is 24, about $25 for about 3 miles. And 12:35, I'm still going to drop off the DoorDash first, but that gives me more time, so either customer will not be upset. They'll just say, they're working on it, and they know that restaurant is so slow. I told you my first order I denied for tonight was a Z-Burger for $7 and change, and yeah, they know. So let's go drop off the DoorDash and then go to the burger. Okay, it is now 12:51 a.m. It never ceases to amaze me how people who have a locked door in order for you to get into their building will not even indicate any instructions or any assistance on how to bypass that or get to their apartment. And this was one of those situations. The front desk called up to the customer because they wouldn't let me in just because I said I was delivering to his apartment. They told me to call them back in 2 minutes. And I did. And she said, if he doesn't pick up, then I'll let you in. Call back in 2 minutes. Then she was willing to buzz me in and let me up. So it's 12:51 a.m. We are on our way to Z-Burger. Hopefully the 2 orders are ready. I had to pause DoorDash right away. It is busy now. I declined literally 4 orders just now before I could pause it. The last one I would have taken, it was a McDonald's for $9.25, 2.6 miles in total. And mind you, we are still quite far away from, not quite far, you know, a little bit more than a mile away from McDonald's. But it is busy out here, and they added the $3 peak pay. It is from 12 midnight to 1:59 a.m. So after we do these Z burgers, we should be able to get our minimum of 150 before 4 a.m. Let's go. 12:57 a.m. we have arrived, and Friday and Saturday they're open till 4. The actual restaurant looks pretty empty, so we should be able to go in and come out. Well, we're turning back on DoorDash. Their tablet's not working. All of that time for nothing. Wasted my $4 surge and everything. So let's turn back on. It is now 1:08 a.m. I just got off the phone with support, letting them know the situation. They called, Z-Burger did not pick up, so drivers for the next 2 hours are going to come to this store and have to go through the same thing, unfortunately. But they canceled both orders, received our next one from Uber Eats, $8.71 for a total of 2.6 miles, picking up at Pizza Boli's / DC Halal Shawarma, and we are going into Bethesda, and then we will be going back to McDonald's. DoorDash is currently paused. They are paused because they started sending me orders that are the minimum about 3 miles from where I am. So the upper northwest zone touches all of DC just about, and parts of Bethesda. So anywhere in the zone, as long as you're active, they will send you an order. So McDonald's, if it is, and Surfside, if they're not getting many orders, they'll send you to Pizza Hut, which is like on the south side and going towards northeast, and I'm not doing that and things of that nature. So that's why they're paused. They paused me after I denied about 10 of them. I think I will turn them on when I am in front of Pizza Boli's, because sometimes they'll send you an order out of your zone if you are the closest person, and a lot of orders come through here also. So let's see. Time is now 1:20. We have dropped off. It was a handed to me / delivered on Uber Eats, and that condo / apartment, you have to leave the food outside at the table. Not outside, you know, between the first 2 doors. So I called when I got there because there was no one there, and the person was in their Uber on the way home, so she said just leave it. Hopefully it doesn't get cold. It smelled delicious. And we are on our way back to the avenue to get some more orders. Okay, it is now 1:35 a.m. Just accepted our next offer, $11.13, going 2.3 miles into Bethesda. This is on Uber Eats. DoorDash sent me a message saying I missed an opportunity, but nothing rang on my phone, so I don't know what's going on with that. But we're gonna go get this Mickey predicament. DoorDash just sent a 925.9 mile order after I hit start delivery on my Uber Eats. I'm going back into McDonald's. We'll see what happens. Time is currently 2:14 a.m. Both customers have their orders. And that's all I have to say about that. And we are going back to McDonald's. It is a $5.25 1.8 mile order, but we are 0.4 from the restaurant. Declined about 4 in a row, under $4, McDonald's. And Uber Eats has been silent since the last drop off. So we'll see. I don't think we're gonna make that 150, meaning I'm not gonna stay out till it happens. But it's 2:15 now, and we're gonna be out for at least another hour. Now 2:17 a.m. just parked in front of McDonald's, received an Uber Eats for $9.28, going 2.3 miles. Have accepted that as well. We will be doing both. Okay, time is now 10:56 a.m. Both customers' orders dropped off. Just received our next order we accepted from Uber Eats, $10.39, going 1.6 miles in total. We're still about a quarter mile away from McDonald's. It's most likely going to the dorms. Right before this one, they sent me a batched order for $24.52, going 14.4 miles into Silver Spring, but I did not accept it. I have my second wind and I wasn't ready to go home. I would only take an order that far if I was going home, because essentially that leads, I would have to pass right by Silver Spring. But we're going to get this 1039 McDonald's on Uber Eats, and DoorDash is going crazy. Not going crazy, meaning all of that supplementing that they do for customers and get peak pay. I received no less than 5 orders under $4 for McDonald's where they're not tipping anything, and it's just going up as it goes through the rounds. No ma'am and no. Okay, before we can get in the store, DoorDash did send us a $6.75 for 1.2 miles. Mickey D's as well, and you know what we're gonna do, both of them. Let's go. Time is now 3:32 a.m. On that last Uber Eats drop off, we accepted a DoorDash $6.75 as we were on our way to the customer. As we were driving by McDonald's, we clicked arrived at store so it wouldn't start any activation of, you know, contract violations for not arriving at the store. But then we came back. The pickup time was 3:24, again 3:32, so we still were within the 11 minutes. It was at the dorms, picked up the food, going back to the dorms, just a different dorm. We're on our way. Time is now 3:40, and I believe we just accepted our last offer for the night. Pizza Bowlies, $16.45, 7.1 miles, but it is going into Silver Spring. 3:40 is iffy with McDonald's. Sometimes when they're in the mood, they'll let it stay open until 4, you know, their dinner menu before they start cleaning up and shut down the apps. And sometimes they might lose the order. So we're gonna take this last order, drop off in Silver Spring, then head to the highway and home. But what I am gonna do is turn on DoorDash when I get into the Bethesda zone, just to see if they have a straggling Pizza Bowlie as well, because that's that zone, and we might get a double on the way home. Let's see. Well, wouldn't you know it, got myself a red light ticket on the way to Pizza Bowlies. I was going and it was turning yellow. I was like, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? And I could have slammed on the brakes to not make it. But at 3:40 in the morning, I said, no, let me go. There's nobody here. I'm not going to hit anyone. And then click, click. Click, click. I don't know how much the ticket is going to be. But we got our Pizza Bowlies. And we tried to log on to DoorDash. It was 3:42. And they had a peak pay of $3 going on to 3:44. I think they know exactly what time the apps shut down in the stores for the stores that close at 4. So it was a peak pay to 3:44. It would not let me log in for that 2 to 3 minute time. I wasn't looking for a peak pay. 3:43, I tried to log in, or 3:45, I tried to log in. Boom, I can log in. Got ourselves a Wawa, going 3.4 miles into downtown Bethesda. So the way the towns work, driving on the avenue, I'm in up in Northwest DC / the Bethesda zone, the edge of it. Then it's down.
Turn left onto Brick.
And then you can get to Silver Spring. So I'm going to do the Wawa, drop that off first, and then continue on to Silver Spring, and then we'll be going home. I have to make up money for this ticket. We have arrived at Wawa, and this is probably the worst block for delivery drivers. The last time I got a ticket, it was right there on Alba Mall, the street right there. And the red light camera is on the furthest corner of Wisconsin. But let's go get this food and give them a... It's now 4:08 a.m. Dropped off the Wawa to downtown Bethesda, and they did apply the peak pay. So it was $2.75 base pay, $3.75 peak pay, and at almost 4 o'clock in the morning, do you want to know how much that person tipped? $1 to bring it to their door on the 6th floor. People really value your time and energy and your cars. But this is why we always need to have multiple streams of income. Go to the link below for more on what I'm doing. One more drop off, and then we're done. 4:26 a.m. You gotta love when they say, meet me at the door, and then they don't give you the apartment code to get in. The front desk is hiding because this is the 3rd shift and they might be sleeping or who knows what they're doing. And you have to get that 8-minute timer that starts. But he did come to the door at 3 minutes left on the timer, and he said thank you. So we're on our way home now, 17 minutes from the house, only 13 miles. I do not dash and Uber Eat where I live. I am typically a half hour away and 26 miles. So I will come back in the AM to give you the totals after Uber Eats gives all of the tips.
Andrea TV here from DriveOnMama.com, coming to give my totals for Saturday, March 26th. And we were out for about 6 hours from about 10-ish, 10:15, 10:30 to about 4-ish. And for Uber Eats, it came to $84.79. And then for Doordash, we had 2 separate dashes, one ending at I believe close to 3, and then one last one in order to go home for a total of $61. And that brings our grand total to less than the 150 that I wanted as a minimum, but close enough. It was $145.79. Like and subscribe for more, and drive on, Mama and Papa's too.